What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? It is another rainy night in South Florida because, of course, it is because it's South Florida and the Everglades and rain and hurricane weather in October. What's going on? Okay, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Um, I wanted to come to y'all with a couple of randos that you guys sent me. Funny enough, I put the title, which is random reviews and news slash send it to Z. I already got the random review in news. Um, Shout out to Saint Cyr who sent me a bunch of stuff. Some of which I thought was definitely worthy of talking about. Um, we'll speak about it in a minute. I wanted, what did I see? And I made, oh, I just thought, so a movie Mr. Z is going to have to watch. And I'm going to give some of my thoughts about the review. I'm going to review the reviews a bit now, right? I guess I'll just have to link the stuff I'm referring to in the description box after the stream. A movie that I'm going to have to watch is The Materialist, right? So this movie came out a few months ago, and I watched Amanda Marianne speaking on it. So I went down a rabbit hole of different women speaking about The Materialist in their assessment of the movie. And what was interesting is the dichotomy that women feel like they find themselves in or that they detest. Let me put it that way. And any man worth his salt who's ever been privy to this conversation, particularly in America, I'm saying, knows where Mr. Z is going. Where women detest the idea that there's trade offs and that the uber wealthy guy or rich guy, the guy that's going to, he's not just stable. Women need to cut the crap. The guy that is wealthy or rich and you will need for nothing, you may not even, well, okay, said differently. You will need for nothing, you will want for nothing. That guy. Women, for the life of them, want to believe that that guy is also attentive and kind and generous and emotionally intelligent and all the things, right? Okay, fine. I'm not trying to burst their bubble. All right. From my understanding, the women kept on calling the Materialist broke boy propaganda, right? And because, at the end of the movie, the young lady ends up with the poor guy, apparently, and that's Chris Evans in the movie. She ends up with the poor guy. This is a guy she dated a decade ago. He's a struggling actor, not getting roles, whatever, whatever. I guess being a waiter, et cetera, et cetera. She runs into what's Buddy Rowe name? The Latino dude that played in Game of Thrones. Um, yeah. Um, I think that he's Latino. I want to say he's Latino, but yeah. Um, she runs into this guy. They flirt. He runs a private equity or something like that. He's a trust fund baby. Um, et cetera, et cetera. So she's stuck between her old fling who gets her or the new rich guy who gets her and says, I like you. Oh, by the way, homegirl is a matchmaker. Um, so there's that. I'll get into the ins and outs after I watch the movie so we could talk about it. But women's sentiments, when you read through the comments and when you see what some of the content creators have to say, that's what's interesting about this. Huh. When you realize that the median income in America is $43,000 a year and the average is $64,000 a year, you wonder, where is this coming from? And I'll tell you where. And the financial diet kind of spoke to it a bit. There's other content creators, women, who I would normally disagree with, but they spoke to it a bit. They spent a couple minutes on it. It's huh, women fear of their class position, particularly. And the women I'm referring to, that the content creators that spoke on the movie, they didn't say women. Mr. Z is saying women. Huh? The women are deathly afraid of the debt that they're in and the 9 to 5 struggle. And so they want some type of entertainment or some type of fantasy to take them away from this. Mr. Z, this is Mr. Z's words now. Huh? Somebody got to win in their life. At least let the actress in the movie win and end up with the rich dude. Because the women are saying this is broke boy propaganda. And I'm like, most of y'all are broke though. 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Most of y'all are broke. The idea that a private equity, do y'all know what private equity is? Head Nepo baby private equity dude is gonna be super kind? Huh? And generous and aware and attentive and emotionally intelligent. Ladies, do you not appreciate why you're so down, why you're so sad, why you're so depressed, why you're never happy or satisfied? Huh? Like the Asian director, if I'm not mistaken, or the screenwriter, um, she found it. Now she's married and her man is doing well and she's doing well, so there's that. But she spoke on this in an interview, speaking about like she hated that women were calling this, broke boy propaganda. Of course, the women are going to call it excuse me, broke boy propaganda, because women don't know that we know, or they don't appreciate. Put it that way, they don't appreciate that we know that they don't got it like that, and women don't appreciate what all comes with equality. No wonder they're saying equity more and more. Huh? And I'm gonna post up, maybe hopefully next stream, the difference between equality and equity. We'll go through it, right? No wonder the ladies are speaking about equity more and more, because equality kicking them in the ass. Huh? Yeah, it's real. So there's that. It's straight yawn fest for Z. I'm gonna watch the movie because I'm watching the women's, and I watched maybe a dozen different takes, different quote unquote think pieces that women did over this. I didn't want to hear from no men. I only watched the stuff that the women were saying, right? To see how visceral it was for them, and I definitely obviously read through the comments. Oh boy, the women were livid, right? But as the financial diet said, y'all see it as broke boy propaganda, but y'all don't appreciate that buddy, the rich guy was a private equity dude. Like, it was just as much rich guy fantasy, right? So yeah, there's that. Um, Let me play a couple of these clips and we'll talk about it. So once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. Mr. Z forgot to say the hype button last time. We'll say it now. Um, and we'll go through it. Let's play this first clip and then we'll speak about it on the other end.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill?
Sounds like a valid question to me, but I wonder how she feels about it.
If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now.
Wait a damn minute. Do y'all hear this shit? So, because he want women to be able to pay their own bills and stay the fuck out his pockets, he don't need to be dating?
You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that that doesn't bother you. Ew.
Bitch, please. Gentlemen, do not fall for this raggedy ass reverse psychology.
Bullshit!
Because the bonnet wearing baddies who is pushing this shit right here don't want nothing more than for you to go.
Bye-bye, bitch.
As Mr. Z was saying before, equality is kicking them in the ass. The women are finding all different ways to beg. I had this conversation. Excuse me. I had this conversation recently, with a woman, in real life. Yeah, right. Tell her straight up, like you know, I know the numbers, right? I know that women don't got it like that. I know why y'all are so angry. I know y'all trying to keep a stiff upper lip. With the term stiff upper lip, man. So I had to stay stoic. Huh? You know we know, right? Y'all can't save face with us. Not with a grown ass adult man. Right? Listen to how the young lady framed it. Well, maybe you need to work on yourself so that you don't have to ask those type of questions. Look at your struggling ass. Right? You're struggling. We know. And if you broke, just say that. Huh? If the dude is saying he's coming across women who every time they talk, it's always some I need help with my bills or I'm behind on my bills. I get it. I appreciate it. I understand. Y'all know Mr. Z don't be punching down on people that don't got it like that. Mr. Z was just there yesterday, right? I get it. With that, the interesting way women in particular go about begging, Mr. Z not gonna say asking, the aggressive begging, the obligation begging, the sassy begging, the arrogant begging, the what you should do, a real man begging, right? Play it again, Z.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill?
Sounds like a valid question to me, but I wonder how she feels about it.
If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now.
Wait a damn minute. Do y'all hear this shit? So, because he want women to be able to pay their own bills and stay the fuck out his pockets, he don't need to be dating?
You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that that doesn't bother you. Ew.
Bitch, please.
Gentlemen, do not fall for this raggedy ass reverse psychology.
Bullshit!
Because the bonnet wearing baddies who is pushing this shit right here don't want nothing more than for you to go.
Bye-bye, bitch.
You gotta appreciate the framing. A man saying, why every time I see these women, they talking about these bills and they behind on their bills or they struggling with their bills, something like that, right? And the young lady says, well, you need to figure out why that bothers you. You need to work on yourself so it can stop bothering you. That y'all over here trying to find one of these old pimping ass dudes to slide y'all, huh? Slide y'all a few dollars, huh? Y'all looking for Nate, huh? The framing is what got Z. And the brother's right, the reverse psychology. The beauty of the internet and of social media is that we could do you see it, I see it. You see it, we watching the same thing, right? Yeah, I'm watching the same thing. Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Yep, I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking. Dry begging, arrogant begging, sassy begging, aggressive begging, obligation begging. Just begging. And being arrogant about it. Huh? Just begging and being arrogant about it. Fascinating. to think that this works on some men. Yeah, you know, you right, you right. Huh? Does this work? And some of y'all actually will listen to her say, you know what, she right. You need to figure out why that bother you so much. That women are putting on their crocodile tears and coming on the internet and talking crap. Huh? And Mr. Z would argue this is going to get worse. This is going to get worse. Huh? It's going to get worse because the safety nets are being pulled off. Or, well, snatched, we'll say. The safety nets are being snatched. So it's going to get worse. The ladies can't afford their life, y'all. Particularly black women, they can't afford their life. And all the subsidies and whatever, as those get frayed, it's a done deal. And you're gonna see this. And shout out to all you men who this works on. Just don't delete her when you realize what you were to her. That's all I'm saying. Don't delete her. Don't mess your life up by deleting her when you realize what you were to her. What you are to her. Huh? How little she actually thinks of you. Don't delete her. Huh? Yeah, we tried to warn you. Yes, we did. Of course we did. But you know, Z and the black manosphere and people like Z, we're angry He-Man woman haters. We know that's what you want to tell yourself. We know. Right? We know. The aggressive, and I'm sorry for y'all for the background. We are on the road and it's drizzling and you know, trying to keep it safe and whatnot. So you're right. But I know that the it's not raining too hard, so I don't even know if y'all can hear the water on the windshield, rain on the windshield. Right. So but I just want to emphasize this, particularly to young brothers. The more successful you become, right, depending on who you're dating and how you're dating, you will come across this. You're gonna come across this, right? And it's sassy begging, it's aggressive begging. Come on, man. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why. Who give these people licenses? Sorry, y'all. It's raining, but it's raining. True indeed. But look, Mr. Z, okay, we're gonna have to deviate. Mr. Z says this all the time. Look, these people, if Armageddon happens, these people are gonna cause you to die. They're gonna cause you to die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die messing with these people. Any slight thing that's anything different than what they're 100% used to, and these people don't know how to act. Right? Jesus, the worst. Anyway, continue. So, we're back. For all the young brothers, do not fall for this. And the women gonna be throwing the box at you. Do not fall for this. Do not take this on. Right? Do not fall. The brother was 100% right. Reverse psychology. Do not fall for this. She will destroy your life. Many of us have seen it. Even if we didn't experience it, we got an uncle, we got a cousin, maybe even a brother. Do not fall for this. Play one more again for the people, Z. One more again. Look at it. Look at you.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill?
Sounds like a valid question to me, but I wonder how she feels about it.
If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now.
Wait a damn minute. Do y'all hear this shit? So, because he want women to be able to pay their own bills and stay the fuck out his pockets, He don't need to be dating.
You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that that doesn't bother you. Ew.
Bitch, please.
Gentlemen, do not fall for this raggedy ass reverse psychology.
Bullshit.
Because the bonnet wearing baddies who is pushing this shit right here don't want nothing more than for you to go.
Bye-bye, bitch.
Gotta say I agree again. Let's just make sure. Gotta say I agree again. And don't fall for it. It's a trick. It's a trick, right? Yeah. So this allows for women to keep their ego intact, right? They get to keep their ego intact, get to keep their pride intact, while shame you for not saving them, or better yet, shame you for seeing struggling women talking about being struggling women on the internet, trying to get them sympathy points. Hopefully, Captain Save them or save her for the minimum, maybe for nothing, right? So the whatever man this young lady is speaking on, seeing that and making comments on that is enough for her to say this. And what exactly is wrong with what the brother said? Y'all begging. And it's not the struggle. I appreciate the society we live in. Especially if you're talking about black folks. I get it, right? When you consider the money or lack thereof, with that, the shaming tactics of it all. We know y'all don't got it. The shaming tactics of it all. Huh? So I know I'm broke. I know I'm trying to garner some type of sympathy. I'm using crocodile tears to garner sympathy, to have somebody in my slide in my DMs. Hey, I can help you with that. T.I. said you can have whatever you like. Yeah, I can help you with that. Okay. All right. We get it, lady. We get it. We get it. So I wanted to play that, see what y'all thought. Can't read the comments right now, right? Try to stay alive. But yeah, I'll check it in a minute. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. And let's see if we could click something else. We'll check this one. Yeah, I can see it.
I don't think it's the men. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't think it's the men. I think that it might be the women. And before y'all start that bullshit of like, oh, you're not a girl's girl. No, I'm not. No, I'm not a girl's girl. I am a black and white factual person based off of my own perspective. And from my perspective, what's black and white, not only me, is black and white. Literally, I used to have to check other in school. They didn't have multi-race or biracial or more than one race to check. I literally had to check other. Anyway, I do black and white, factual, based off of my perspective. From my perspective, what I have seen since I posted a post from my own perspective talking about unhealthy relationships and why people in healthy relationships don't talk about it, it's the women. It's the women coming in the comments trolling me, telling me I need to moisturize my skin. Bitch, I got a facial on Friday. How? And telling me like, oh, she's really not happy. She's just pretending to be happy. Oh my God, look at her. She's eating a salad and drinking a juice box. Like, just because you're over here with inflamed gut, don't come for me for my juice box and for my damn salad, okay? And it was all women. It's all women trolling me. All women telling me that I'm unhappy, that I'm this, that I'm that, and the third. And not one man, a few of them. But there's more women than men having something to say about it. Like, I hate to have to say it, but I don't think it's the men.
So how often are we coming across that? Women saying that the reason why they don't speak about their relationships, not simply that the women aren't going to listen, not simply that other women aren't going to listen. That's men's complaint, married men's complaint, happy men's complaint. That's men in relationships. That is not what the women are saying. The married women, the women in relationships that are happy, what they say is, oh, Them other women are mean. They gonna start trying to wish the worst on me and the worst on my husband or my boyfriend or whoever. They gonna tell me I'm not truly happy. They gonna tell me he can't love you. He got you working. Huh? Oh, you had to put the garbage out one time? Oh, he can't love you. Huh? So this is not the first time we've seen this. Women always say, married women always say this. Look, these women are miserable and they wish bad on married women, happy women, that are coupled up, smiles on their faces. They resent those women. And they pray for their down. They hope their husband cheat on them. They hope there's some DV situation. So they can prove to themselves, see, this is what I say. See, no, all the men, they do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Huh? Yikes. And GC says misery loves company. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I I bring these type of things up on my channel to say to the young brothers and to young men in general and black men in specific, it's not a figment of your imagination. Mainstream media is not going to cover this, and if they do, it's going to be so soft. The women are human beings too, and they could be little jealous, envious, angry, resentful trolls also. Our society refuses to say that and definitely refuses to frame it that way. Huh? Women who are happy in their situation, other women not simply being jealous of them, but wanting to prove a point by having you in your relationship fail. Right? Your relationship fails. That's how they prove their point. Y'all recall Marcus Houston? Yeah, apparently they did get divorced, but when Marcus Houston first got engaged with Homegirl, the 19-year-old, right? I think Corey Holcomb said something about him walking down the street with his stepdaughter one day, and a woman running up on him and said, "All that stuff you talk about women, I hope that happened to her." Huh? They be wishing the worst. They're little miserable trolls. They're little miserable trolls. We know they super single. The numbers show that. Huh? They're little miserable trolls. And the way they feel like they're on the right side of history is by watching other people not succeed. Huh? You imagine the way you prove that you're right is by knowing that other people relationship has failed, and this is how you're proving you're right and that the other women should be thinking like you. This is very important that I say this. See, I make sure to say things like, when Mr. Z critiques a certain garden gnome in her man, I'm like, hey bro, you see what I see? All right. Right? I'll say this and I'll say it. See you in divorce court, player. Am I really wishing the worst for them? No, these women will openly say, like, I hope this happened to you. No, Mrs. Z ain't hoping none of that. That is not, I'm not wishing that on you. Huh? Mark Bryan said, manipulation game so evil, have you thinking you going crazy. This is what I'm saying. Right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. And King Pick says, most women can't speak out because of the matriarchy, Z. Yeah. The non-existent matriarchy, according to the Kim Fosters of the world. The non-existent matriarchy. These women are deathly afraid of crossing other, particularly black women. How miserable do you have to be? And we see this over and over again. I want you to appreciate the black side of Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There's no way your church folks don't see what we see. They algorithm not that bulletproof. Their algorithm is not that bulletproof. There's no way your leftists don't see what we see, your black leftists. There's no way your black conservatives don't see what we see, your black traditional folks. Huh? There's no way that they don't see any of these things that we're seeing. No, they just ignore it. They just minimize it. Huh? They pretend it's a one-off. Meanwhile, that marriage rate has gone to the crapper a long time ago, before social media. Okay, fine. So many black people aren't coupling up. Uh-oh. Birth rate below 2%. Yikes. So, yeah. That non-existent matriarchy, shout out to you, Miss Foster. We see it. And we see it whenever women critique other women's man. It's either all or nothing. And I suspect that gets worse. I'm telling y'all now, that is going to get worse as women become more single. If they said by 2035, was it Morgan Stanley, by 2035, nearly 50% of women are going to be single, which means really unmarried? Yeah. And a nice chunk of those unmarried women are going to be unpartnered in any capacity anyway. Yeah. You better believe they're going to be spreading that misery. Huh? Neil, Neil says she's fetishizing you. Translation: break up so I can feel better. Exactly. Exactly. It's horrific. So these people have fully taken on the I'll just be atomized and that's it. I'll just do my single thing, get a little twos and fuse wherever I could get it. Whoever I'm attracted to, I guess that'll last 6 months, 9 months, maybe 18 months, and then move on, be single for a time, and then do it all over again. Mr. Z's question to like everyone, like in the West, in America, on the planet: how is this supposed to work? Y'all notice I'm speaking about this more and more. Like, so it's just supposed to be the elite. So we really gonna let the elites be the only ones who still practice this coupling up thing that we've been doing for thousands of years called marriage, and all the rest of us just gonna be freestyling. It's just gonna be the top 20%, maybe a top third gets married, but many of them get divorced, and the top 20% are the ones who get married and have a far greater chance of staying married than everyone else. And it's not about them. I want to stress this. It's about the stability that the marriage signifies. Right? It's about the stability that the marriage signifies. It's not really, whenever y'all hear Mr. Z talk this marriage stuff, it's not so much about that in particular. It's about what it signifies, right? Especially in the era we're living now, where it's no longer the starting gate, it's the finish line, right? It's the capstone. It's the sign that you have arrived. You checked off all the boxes. You're stable enough. You're right. You're doing well enough. You're kind enough, I guess, to somebody. Huh? And if what we're saying to folks is you may not own your home, your car loan is going to crush you. If you did attend college, your college loan is going to crush you. You're going to become more atomized. You're going to see your friends less. What friends? And you're not going to be coupled up. Then what the hell? Huh? What the hell? And Chief Ruckus says, Chief Ruckus, I actually need you to I actually need you to send me the link for the C-SPAN because I can't find it. There are too many of those things. It's like 3 hours long, 2.5 hours long. I need you to send me the link for that super chat that you sent a week ago now, about a week ago, right? And Chief Ruckus says they see it. Z was listening to Washington Journal on Tuesday, 30th September. Delanos Squires, a Heritage Foundation research fellow, referenced the manosphere and why two-parent families are important. Okay, okay. And then he continuing. During that segment, an elder boomer black male called in. He was mad at is it Squires for his take on single mother households. Yes, manosphere talking points are national. Is that the one that you wanted me to listen to? Is that the C-SPAN? Send that to me, please, and thank you. Uh-huh. Is that a thing? Chief Rocket says, for instance, black women bringing newborn babies into concerts. Is that a thing? Oh boy. Not surprised. Remember years ago when the lady left her car, left her kids. Was it in a hotel? I think there was one where one of them left the kids in a hotel, and then one where the lady left her kids in a car for a Wayne concert, to go to a Little Wayne concert, right? So yeah, I'm not surprised if women are doing that for they're bringing their newborn to a Chris Brown concert. It's just all type of. There are social things that we're supposed to adhere to, and we're just all the way upside down and backwards. Everyone, we're just all the way upside down and backwards. It's not even just about black men, black women. They're just gone, y'all. The newborn to the Chris Brown concert. That's what we are now. And Saint Cyr says, "Yep, no babysitter, so she took the kid to a hotel to stay while she went to and did her thing. They went to the front desk, and that's how they found out no adult was present." Yeah. You're talking about the Wayne thing. Yep. Wow. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Y'all gives you a second. Put this on for y'all. And we're back. And we're back. Let's see what y'all getting onto. I was not on mute. Apparently not. I realized that way too late. Okay. Let's actually play it one more again for those of you that just got in, so y'all can know what Mr. Z was talking about. Here we go.
I don't think it's the men. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't think it's the men. I think that it might be the women. And before y'all start that bullshit of like, oh, you're not a girl's girl. No, I'm not. No, I'm not a girl's girl. I am a black and white factual person based off of my own perspective. And from my perspective, what's black and white, not only me, is black and white. Literally, I used to have to check other in school. They didn't have multi-race or biracial or more than one race to check. I literally had to check other. Anyway, I do black and white, factual, based off of my perspective. From my perspective, what I have seen since I posted a post from my own perspective talking about unhealthy relationships and why people in healthy relationships don't talk about it, it's the women. It's the women coming in the comments trolling me, telling me I need to moisturize my skin. Bitch, I got a facial on Friday. How? And telling me like, oh, she's really not happy. She's just pretending to be happy. Oh my God, look at her. She's eating a salad and drinking a juice box. Ugh. Like, just because you're over here with inflamed gut, don't come for me for my juice box and for my damn salad, okay? And it was all women. It's all women trolling me. All women telling me that I'm unhappy, that I'm this, that I'm that, and the third. And not one man. A few of them. But there's more women than men having something to say about it. Like, I hate to have to say it, but I don't think it's the men.
She said it multiple times that it's the women that's telling her she's not really happy. What do y'all got going on? Huh? What do y'all what y'all got ladies, what y'all got going on? Wait, what? Apparently the goal is for the ladies to be in co-munching covens, right? The co-munching covens, right? And Vince says we have 44 likes and 77 watching. Oh, yeah, don't like Z. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button, please and thank you. I know it's primarily probably that. And as Dusty as I want to be says, you know she mean black women. It's probably mainly that. Yeah. Let's be fair. There's some white women, not so much Latinas, funny enough. Not so much. Latina could be bad on a whole lot of things. I don't really see them pulling that. I do see some white women going though, and definitely black women. You know she mainly talking about black women. I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on that. Huh? Deal, man. What's that? Cradle caps? We got crystals, cradle caps, and chairs. Hysterical. It's bad. It's bad. You know, I don't know what state of mind I would have to be in for me to say to a a man in a relationship who's showing who is on Instagram taking pictures of his lady, being happy, smiling, they going on trips. And for me to leave a comment under his comments and say, oh, I know you ain't happy. What type of what? What state of mind do you have to be in? How much do you resent men, or at least the fact that you're not in a relationship? Why you tell us you're perfectly okay with that? Because the lady's going to tell you they're perfectly okay with being single. Why they make comments like this online, right? I don't know who that is, but that ain't Z. Anyway, right. So yeah, that's yeah. Mark Bryant says dark. Yeah, yep. Toya says, the point of quartering ourselves. Ugh. We know they don't got it, bro. Yeah, it's bad. And that type of talk is how you lead to young brothers like this. I want to be clear. The way this brother is speaking, he don't really sound too Black Manosphere-ish. But yet, I want everyone to know, as Mr. Z has said before, the Black Manosphere is not handing out pamphlets. We're not recruiting, right? Young men, young black men, when they find us because they're seeking us, it's because you folks dropped the ball. You lied to them, y'all weren't honest with them, and when they find us, in their minds, they found some people that'll actually keep it real and that'll tell them that the way black women are acting in specific is not a figment of their imagination. Here we go.
The black women are gonna hate me for this, but I don't really give a fuck. I just don't care to approach them anymore. Even if they look good, even if they look at me, I just don't care to make the first approach. They can approach me first though. And I'm not saying that it's all black women. It's not all black women. There are some black women that will be respectful, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just think 9 times out of 10, if you approach a black woman, like there's just a more likely chance of you getting disrespected, or she's gonna look at you and say, you need something? Or who are you? Like, what you want? You need something? What? Like, just attitude, like for no fucking reason. You could be being nice and just trying to offer her an opportunity, or you could be telling her, hey, you dropped your wallet, or something fell out of your pocket, or you could be trying to offer her an opportunity. It don't matter. Like, if you are a man and you, especially a black man, like if you approach them, they're gonna be like, what's up? Like, why are you talking to me? As a black man, why are you just coming up to me talking to me? I don't know you. They only respect people that they already know. They don't respect strangers a lot of the times. And not all of them. So calm down. If this doesn't apply, then don't reply. But 9 times out of 10, especially as a black man, you're going to get a freaking attitude because they feel like, who are you to come and just talk to me? Who are you to come up to me and just talk to me? I don't know you. That's the mentality a lot of them have, or they just have like an overly dramatic reaction. Like, especially if you are a black man. And I'm not gonna lie, women in America are already disrespectful enough, like even other races, to men when they approach them, but black is probably like the worst of the worst. Like, you have a better chance of approaching like a Latino, snow bunny, or any other race and like not get disrespected than a black woman. Like, not like if we had to like rank this first place, you're gonna get disrespected by a black woman first before any other race. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. That's just my opinion, and also based on my experience and a lot of the results from other men, that's just what it is, even if you're not being a creep and being weird.
Does anybody think that young man, does anyone think that young man knows anything about the Black Manosphere? Or is he speaking off of his experiences, and maybe who is doing that? The experiences of his friends, right? His experiences and the experiences of his friends, maybe? Possibly? Huh? Yikes. He let y'all know what it is. And it's experiences like that that cause there to be a Black Manosphere that's not going anywhere. Huh? It's experiences. These young men have experiences with Black women across the board. They're same age, younger, older. We have a problem with how we raise our girls, particularly concerning our boys, Black boys and Black men. Huh? The young man is telling you what he's running into. You know, we live in an upside down world where Black men are telling you it's easier for them to approach a Latina or a white woman. than to approach a black woman, particularly as a black man. If you listen to him closely, I'm gonna play it again. He says, especially when you're a black man, he says something along the lines, right? So you can see he don't got it all the way together, because he thinks it's only if they know you, they won't speak to you this way. You can see he's trying to work through the things. He looks young. What world do we live in where a black man is telling you that, at least for him and his experience, it is easier to talk to the white women or the Latinas than a black woman? Now, is this his experience, or he's just spewing this because this is what he sees on the internet, or this is something he knows is going to garner him some views and attention? Mr. Z doubts it. I think it's his experience. Huh. It's looking rough out there. The young men are telling you, from my experience, it is easier to talk to a Latina or a white woman because the black women are mean. They talk to you crazy. Let's play it again.
The black women are gonna hate me for this, but I don't really give a fuck. I just don't care to approach them anymore. Even if they look good, even if they look at me, I just don't care to make the first approach. They can approach me first though. And I'm not saying that it's all black women. It's not all black women. There are some black women that will be respectful, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just think 9 times out of 10, if you approach a black woman, like there's a just more likely chance of you getting disrespected, or she's gonna look at you and say, you need something? Or who are you? Like, what you want? You need something? What? Just attitude, like for no fucking reason. You could be being nice and just trying to offer her an opportunity, or you could be telling her, hey, you dropped your wallet, or something fell out of your pocket, or you can be trying to offer an opportunity. It don't matter. Like, if you are a man and you, especially a black man, like if you approach them.
That, especially a black man. What's that comment from Gil Gammy? Where did it go? Your reputation precedes you. Where did it go? Where did that comment go? I just saw it. There it goes. And Gil Gammy says, your reputation precedes you. Yeah. Yeah. Man. These are young men. That's a young man. You can see it on his face. That's a young man. It's not black men telling other young black men to stay away from black women. That's not what's going on. Huh? He's telling you something here. Who was it? It wasn't just Media Man. Somebody else covered the increase in marriage for black men and how about half of it. So the projection is that black men's marriage rate is going to go from 36% to 40%, and 2% of that 4%, so half, is going to be interracial. Huh. Black women, you just remember, Z and others like Z are telling you now, miss us with the colorism talk, miss us with they hate their mama talk, miss us with they hate themselves, they hate black women, they don't want to be black, all the Uncle Tom and Coon talk, miss us with it. Mr. Z has been telling y'all for years, others been saying it for way longer. No, it's your behavior, your attitude, your diet, right? Your comportment, your demeanor. particularly towards black men. Huh? So y'all could cut the crap. Mr. Z saying that now because we have articles that come out, we have news segments, the talking heads on the internet and in traditional media bring this up every once in a while. They're gonna bring as that interracial marriage rate keep on climbing and just interracial couples concerning black men, not just marriage, you're gonna see them, they're gonna make a story out of it. It's going to be a big thing, especially if black men and black women continue to decouple and black women don't have no safety net, no Captain Save 'em white dudes or Latinos. I'm not even going to mention the Asians. That's not a thing. You trying to tell me there's going to be a bunch of, it's going to be some black women with black men, okay. One or two black women with non-black men, okay. And a nice chunk of black men with non-black women, and then a whole lot of single black women doing what? Scratching and sniffing? What does that scratch and sniff entail, Z? Oops. Y'all gives you a second. Look at Mr. Z being a good Samaritan. Homegirl was about to give me some free food that I turned it down. I was like, no, I already got my food. I'm just sitting in the car. I tell her the rest of it. Streaming. I should have said yes and pulled off on her ass. Skirt. And do it. I should have said yes and pulled off. Okay, y'all, I'll just give y'all the details. I'm a friend of Red Lobster. I got Red Lobster for dinner. Right? So, yeah, so Z, so your lady don't cook. We have fish, like not fish in that way, giggity. But no, we got fish. Yeah. There's fish. That's gonna be lunch for tomorrow. So I'm eating the Red Lobster for dinner, and then the fish is for lunch for tomorrow. But I could have just pulled off on her. Should have said, yeah, that's mine, and I should have just pulled off. That's hysterical. GC says, bro, always choosing a spot with biscuits. And I got the cheddar biscuits. Of course I got the cheddar biscuits. What I look like? Going to Red Lobster and I get the cheddar biscuits. The travesty. Who would do that? Here's the funny thing, y'all. Wait, Z, you gonna say the dumbest thing in the world. I'm gonna say the dumbest thing in the world. Y'all know I go to Red Lobster and don't get any seafood, right? So what you get from Red Lobster? Chicken Alfredo. It's actually pretty good. Right? This Negro did not say he go to Red Lobster for the chicken Alfredo. I said it. Right? Anyway, continuing. Yeah, so that cross fingers, knock on wood, pray to God, Z is here for another 4+ decades. Right? Be good if Z will be here for 5 decades, but 4+ decades will do. Right? If we here for 4 more decades, and we're here to witness what this becomes, especially for you brothers in your mid-20s that's listening to me, y'all should be around. Just remember, we said it. Some of you who still have ties to black women, to the black community, you're going to drop a tear, maybe, possibly. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. Don't feel too defeated. We tried to tell them so they could get one of these lames with that. We tried to tell them. They wasn't hearing it. That pride, that ego, that resentment, they're not white women, so they angry about that. Which is a good time for me to read KMS's super chat, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. I gotta make that flow. Maybe I need to find say it in a different way. We gonna organize it. We gonna say it in a different way so they can flow. And KMS says too much pain in the system. Oh, you hoes didn't think you would maybe you won't get this work. You would get this work. Okay, yeah. Two, shit, men and inadvertently society. Yeah, no, yeah. You know you're gonna contribute. I keep saying your little Tesla Model 3 and your condo, it's not enough. Dear women, black women. So let me get this right. You're not gonna get married. Nope. You're not even gonna have kids. You're not even gonna do the wrong thing the right way. Okay. All right. You're not gonna even have kids. Nope. Maybe one test tube baby. That's what y'all on right now. Okay, yeah, okay. So you're only gonna have one kid, no man. Shout out to you, Ebony K. Williams. At least, but okay, she's generating some money and whatever. Okay, and you think that's okay for the system? Like, I appreciate we're black, and so the system is perfectly okay with our population numbers decreasing. Okay, cool. True. With that, you don't think you're gonna contribute? So you're just gonna be here buying stuff? Yeah, about that. And to what KMS is saying about the pain in the system, the young brother actually just described the pain in the system. He literally just described the pain in the system. Playing for the people winning Genzi. True. There you go.
The black women are gonna hate me for this, but I don't really give a fuck. I just don't care to approach them anymore. Even if they look good, even if they look at me, I just don't care to make the first approach. They can approach me first though. And I'm not saying that it's all black women. It's not all black women. There are some black women that will be respectful, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just think 9 times out of 10, if you approach a black woman, like there's just a more likely chance of you getting disrespected, or she's gonna look at you and say, you need something? Or who are you? Like, what you want? You need something? What? Just attitude, like for no fucking reason. You could be being nice and just trying to offer her an opportunity, or you could be telling her, hey, you dropped your wallet, or something fell out of your pocket, or you can be trying to offer an opportunity. It don't matter. Like, if you are a man and you are, especially a black man, like if you approach them, they're gonna be like, what's up? Like, why are you talking to me? As a black man, why are you just coming up to me talking to me? I don't know you. They only respect people that they already know. They don't respect strangers a lot of the times. And not all of them. So calm down. If this doesn't apply, then don't reply. But 9 times out of 10, especially as a black man, you're going to get a freaking attitude, because they feel like, who are you to come and just talk to me? Who are you to come up to me and just talk to me? I don't know you. That's the mentality a lot of them have, or they just have like an overly dramatic reaction. Like, especially if you are a black man. And I'm not gonna lie, women in America are already disrespectful enough, like even other races, to men when they approach them, but black is probably like the worst of the worst. Like, you have a better chance of approaching like a Latino, snow bunny, or any other race and like not get disrespected than a black woman. Like,
Bless his heart. He really think it's because they don't know him that they're being rude. No, young brother, that is not why they're being rude. It's because you're a black man. You there. You get it. You just ain't all the way there yet. You in the vicinity. You close enough, but you ain't there yet. Huh? We live in the world where your young men are saying, they're straight up telling you what type of upside down weird world we're in, where young black men are telling you that young black women are saying to them, or at least the attitude and the aura in the air is, why do you think you can talk to me as a black man? Hey, ladies, whatever happened. At this point, that's where we are with it now. You know, as KMS said, too much pain in the system, right? And KMS, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Saint Cyr says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. Jesus, we hit the hype button and like, share, I gotta find a way to arrange that where it's smooth. Okay. And Saint Cyr says Dr. Umar lied about the quote unquote. If black women thought you were ugly, are you supposed to believe? Are you supposed to believe that a white woman found you handsome? Quote. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yes, Umar. Yes, they did and still do find me attractive. I will say this. Hmm. There are brothers that have said similar, Saint Sir, and yeah, I know one personally, and he is married to your basic average white woman. She's not striking, but she's not ugly. She's just run of the mill, everyday white girl. And I don't know if he would have been able to pull a run of the mill, everyday black woman. You see what I'm saying? So I I appreciate and understand what you're saying. Right? I think mm, we have to appreciate that there is an aesthetic that women find appealing about certain black men. Notice Mr. Z didn't just say black women. Women find appealing about certain black men. With that, I I think we have to grapple with, not we in particular in the black manosphere, but as a black community, with black women are not white women. And what are black women doing, saying, acting, and how they conducting themselves to make up for not being white women? And that's not Mr. Z saying that they should feel like they should have to make up for not being white women. Mr. Z don't want a white woman. I'm saying this is what's going on with black women in their heads and in their hearts, right? The way you speak, the way you act to make up for, in your mind, not being her. Huh? And so the man that you're with or you choose to be with has to go above and beyond. He has to be 7 foot tall and he has to earn $30 zillion a year and it has to be flashy but subtle, right? Old money, and it's not really old money, right? Old money, but with little hints of status, like it's not so subtle that you can't tell, but it's a subtle enough where it's not tacky and gaudy. It's just all of these requirements, and it's women's prerogative, it's black women's prerogative. With that, the young black men are telling you, well, you know what? I'll make my exit then. I'll be taking my exit then. I just want us to remember, Mr. Z said it, the rest of the black manosphere said it, right? So let us not act like and pretend in the future that we don't know what happened and how did we get here. And all right. So Saint Cyr is telling you, yes, Umar, yes, they did and still do find me attractive. The non-black women find Saint Cyr attractive. He's telling you as comparison to black women or in comparison to black women. Ah, Saint Cyr, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Ah, huh? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. I'm not team consensus, but if everybody said The same thing. I get what you're saying. If I'm not team consensus, but if everyone said the same thing, the same damn thing about me, and none of those people met each other, I'd start looking at me and how I came off to people. Hint, fucking hint. I hear you. I hear you. And so that's, I think, why that makes it really difficult for Black women in particular is because they have convinced themselves that they're on the right side of history above everyone else. And this is where the isms gets in the way, right? Patriarchy, colorism, featureism, texturism, fat phobia, um, and all of the isms. So in I would I agree with you. I'm just explaining. If you convince yourself that you're on the right side of history, and there's not much to learn, you're morally superior to everyone else, and you don't really have any work to do. The rest of society needs to conform to you. Yes, right now it looks like you're losing, and that's because the deck is stacked against you. And as a Black person, I kind of get that. When you have convinced yourself that there's no work to be done here, I would argue that's how you get here. Huh? When you have convinced yourself of that, and I think that's where we are now. It doesn't matter that different folks that don't even like each other, don't agree with each other on anything, Black and non-Black. But okay, fine, we're not going to count the non-Black folks because anti-Blackness informs them. But they'll tell us Blackness informs us too. Oh, in patriarchy. Oh, in capitalism. Oh, in systems of oppression. Oh, in hierarchical thinking. Huh? So, KMS, the rest of the world could not be in a consensus about everything else. But this one thing, Black women make it real difficult to love upon them and not want to pull your hair out. What hint is there to see when everyone else has it wrong because everyone else is being informed by some type of ism? The way they're viewing you is from a place of privilege, including and especially, oh, Z, for real? Black men. Huh? Everyone else is seeing you from a space of privilege. They're watching you from their space of privilege, from their place of privilege. So should you even ever really consider what they're saying and what they think about you? Huh? The male gaze, right? The Black male gaze. Why should you care about what Black men have to say when Black men are informed by colorism, featureism, texturism, fat phobia, misogyny. A brother just literally sent me how to pronounce it. I still ain't pronounce it right. Misogynoir. Gin noir. Okay, I'm gonna listen to it again. I'm gonna listen to it again. Um, but yeah, when you are informed by all of these things, then well, so KMS, thank you for the super chat once again. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat and the hype button. Okay, I'm reading through you guys' comments before I get to that last super chat. GC's a complete clown show. Toya puts the clown emoji. I'm just reading through you guys' comments. Not a chimera. Oh man. KMS says A nigga, we after dark anyway. Goddamn. Kama says a nigga gotta be a chocolate dip chimera so a black woman can feel good about being a black woman. Man, where the white women at? You know, Kama's you ain't chasing after white girls like that, like that. Look, I can understand why the young brothers think this way. I get it. It's just difficult, man. It's difficult. The sisters ain't trying to work with us. It's all or nothing. It's F you pay me. It's when a dollar's at, rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. It's that type of talk. And now all of that sound nice until you gotta live with the consequences of that. Everything the ladies are saying sounds nice until you gotta live with the consequences of that. And this is where Mr. Z comes in. Where the hell are all you feminists to tell the ladies, hey, by the way, this is kind of this is kind of comes with our equality. That's why y'all saying equity. I get you. I get you. Huh? Yikes. Read through you guys' comments. Came and said, F all that. Hype me up with the super chats. Uh, oh, okay, Troll. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. And Troll says, say it like, share, super chat, and hype me up. Yeah, that sounds way better than the way I was saying it. Yeah, that does. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. This is sad. Look, Vince, that's where the ladies want to be. That's you heard what he said. From his experience, that's how it works as a black man wherever he's from, right? And KMS says, and thank you for the super chat. Um, Men, I don't get a family. I don't get a family chick. You don't get a society. Yes, true. Society. Morgan Freeman voice. He's right. I got you. Take note, women and technocrats. Yeah, no. If I have to. Actually, that's not the button I was trying to press, but okay. I actually have to start saying that more. Here you go.
He's right.
But yeah, the because you said that a while ago, and I thought it was profound when you said that. If I don't get a family, y'all don't get a society. And I think even though it's weird watching it, right? Even though men are not, because you vocalized it, KMS. I think that is what men are doing. That is what the young men are doing in a weird way without even talking to each other about it, right? Without even verbalizing it to themselves, maybe, or having a conscious thought about it. I think that is what the young men are saying on various levels. Whether it's the man that's doing pretty okay, but is afraid to be attached to a woman so that she doesn't destroy him in a breakup or a divorce or something like that, all the way to the young men who are in their mother's basement, to some of the men who are doing pretty well financially, and this is a little bit more rare, but doing well financially and are afraid of marriage because of the potential of divorce and what that would mean for them. No, I do think the men are moving about this way, like you're saying. If I don't get a family, you don't get a society. But it's if individual men don't get a family, then those individual men as a collective don't give you a society. They don't bolster that society. They don't protect that society. Wait for it, because what society? Okay, let's extrapolate out. I didn't get a family. So what community? There's no community. So what society? What's no society, no nation, or vice versa, right? maybe you don't even get a civilization if we extrapolate far enough. And we go out far enough. Huh? And that's real math. If I didn't get a family, well, then what community? If there's no community, is there a society? Yeah. I see what you're saying, Camus. I see. And Saint Cyr says here, what's the incentive? I gotta clip it out for y'all. I gotta find it again and clip it out. I gotta do it. Huh? Let me read this one now. Camus says, WGH, work, gym, home, modern men's mantra. And there you go. Huh? And BGS said something a few weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago. The loneliness epidemic, when we're speaking about it, and it's because y'all are not registering that men are not alone. Mr. Z, at one point, I think in this stream almost had 90, I almost had 100 listeners. Right now, I have 78. At least that's what it's showing me right now, right? We're not alone. When I'm playing Forza, I don't feel alone. When I'm online playing Forza, there's 12 or 13 or 15 people in the room, and I'm trying to get in the first place. I might be by myself, but I'm not alone. Huh? When folks are in forums, when they're playing video games, when they're on stream, do y'all feel alone right now? Mr. Z is sitting in the car by himself right now. Do I feel alone? Am I alone? You heard what they said about that song, Tro. The Tro says, "You are not alone. I'm here with you," which is the Mr. Robert Kelly song, right? And yeah, that was dedicated to Aaliyah. Oh man, and Michael was singing the song. I'm just saying. So, just that, yeah, and I agree with BGS on that. It's not, they're not registering it the right way. And I'm coming right back to what KMS puts here: work, gym, home, modern men's mantra. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because if and when you do come across the young lady that might be worth a couple of dollars, then you're fit. There go the gym, right? You've been working, you've been on your grind, so there go the stability and the money, right? And you don't have all type of weird psychological issues. Hopefully you don't got the itchy scratchy, right? So there go the home. Well, that young man told you what it is, right? So let me move on to the next. And once again, Cameras, thank you for the super chat. What did I want to play next? I can't remember which order we're in. I think it's this one first. It's this one first.
I don't know if y'all seen that video where the girl was like, I heard some girl wants my man. Let me tell you what it takes to be with him. So she proceeded to list off the things that she does for her boyfriend, right? That he asks of her. These things included doing the dishes, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, making homemade butter. He said that he often asks her to sit in the garage with him while he works on the cars. He doesn't ask her to do anything. He just wants her there. He wants her presence there. So, of course, I go to the comments, and almost every comment was from a woman going, what are you, his mother? Oh, so you're his mother. Oh, so you're his maid. And I'm just like... So they made a follow-up video, his perspective. He then lists the things that he does for her, which include he made her an authorized user on his American Express, She can spend as much as she wants. He pays all the bills, not only takes her out on dates, but he plans the dates, and sometimes will even go and pick out her outfit and lay it out on the bed for her so she doesn't have to do anything but get dressed. He also said that he cooks dinner because she doesn't cook. So I go to the comments again. Now, one of the comments said, oh, so where do you her dad? Where do you her father? And I'm just like, this is why you don't take advice from people about your relationship. I don't know, am I tripping? But I feel like what he's asking of her isn't much. I don't know if people understand this, but relationships are give and take, right? And it's not so much a role like, oh, well, she's a woman, so she has to do this. He's a man, so he has to do this. This is no. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you all balance each other's strengths and weaknesses, right? So if he's the type of person that doesn't like to clean, but she does, of course, naturally, she's going to be the one to do it. If he likes to cook and she doesn't, he's going to be the one to do it. You could tell that they seem very happy, sitting on each other, touching each other the whole time, smiling. She made a follow video teaching people how to make butter, like asking her to make butter, asking her to wash some clothes, to do the dishes. That ain't nothing. He takes care of everything for her. And I just am like looking at the people in the comments, and it's just like, y'all are miserable and you're going to spend the rest of your lives alone, which is fine, because I know that plenty of people are choosing to spend the rest of their lives single in the name of peace. That's fine. Don't go shitting on another person's happiness because it doesn't make you happy. And I really don't think it's not because it doesn't make you all happy. I just think that a lot of women in those comments were miserable because it's not them. Note to self and to all of y'all, don't let people tell you what to do in your relationship because they're bitter.
But she had more to say because people was talking to her crazy.
I'm still reading the comments from my previous video, and it's literally still people on there saying that everything that man does is the bare minimum. I have a question. I just want to know, if that is considered bare minimum, then what the hell do y'all consider a grand gesture of love? Like, what does a man have to do to prove to you that he loves you a lot? If paying the bills, giving you a credit card, letting you shop, letting you stay home, driving you around, cooking you dinner, if all of that is bare minimum, then what the hell are y'all looking for? What else can a man do to prove to you that he loves you? That's what I want to know. I need to know what these men are doing for y'all. Give me some stories, because what y'all are saying just ain't adding up. Okay, that side is done. They're going to do the other side.
So even other women are like, God damn, boy, y'all can't be satisfied. Y'all can't be satisfied. We tried to tell y'all, right? We tried to tell y'all. Huh? Saint say you see it too? And Saint says she flexing her hair. You know they hate her. Look. And she got that quote unquote good hair. Mrs. Z hate that goddamn term. That good hair. So you know. If they really want to go, shut your white ass up. She might as well be white. She might as well be a white woman right now. Oh, they hate it. They hate it. Right? But even other women are like, yo, y'all taking this too far. It's not, are you not entertained? No, it's not, are you not satisfied? They're not. Ever. Impossible. They not white. Huh? They're not white. They need to be made into white women. Huh? Let me read this now. And Dwayne says, yeah, I'm 25 and I genuinely think that men are either done or asking of asking done or asking what's the incentive. Okay. Let's reread that because that was me. Yeah, I'm 25 and I genuinely think that men are either done or asking what's the incentive to be with women want when it isn't respected. I actually have a whole assessment of that. I think I should first start off by prefacing the statement by saying you should be held accountable for what you choose to believe in. So that's Roger Report's quote, and it's true. With that, I think men and women have been encouraged to view each other so transactional that it breaks us, right? And the reason why I went there with it is the word you used at the end, respected. I don't know if we hmm, I I think there is a good chunk of folks who don't know how to assess the value of someone or something without the monetary value on it, right? I guess we're if you want to get in the weeds, what's the difference between worth and value? I don't I think these folks don't really know if they can't see like if it can't be if you can't bring it to a diamond inspector and they can look over it with the telescope and okay, yeah, no, this is I see it, okay, I see how much it's worth it. If it's not that, then they can't see it, which would explain a lot of like the flashy wealth, and now the ladies are talking about like this kind of subtle luxury, right? But the subtle luxury still if you know and if you have the eye and if you know the brand, then you know what she walking around with is $1,000 shoes, or you know what she's walking around with is a $2,000 or $3,000 handbag. It just may not have the huge logo on it. The obsession with this, I don't know if we have folks that know how to read this correctly is what I'm saying, Dwayne, right? And that is not 100% the fault of the women, I'll say. I think once again they got to be held accountable for what they believe in. But I think this is the ghost of. I'm sorry, I got to do my leftist thing. This is the ghost of capitalism past, but a very pernicious, ugly form, the neoliberal form. And I think that's why I've said it multiple times. For those of you who've never heard me, Mr. Z say it, the neoliberal assessment of men and masculinity, right? So going back to let's read this again. Yeah, I'm 25 and I genuinely think that men are either done or asking what's the incentive to be what women want. It isn't respected. Once again, the incentive has been removed off the table. I appreciate that. I get it. That's true. But I don't know if the ladies know how to respect anything that isn't so overtly in their like so glaringly in their interest. It's I don't even know if I could come up with an analogy. I'm trying to come up with. I can't even come up with one. It just has to be stupidly, glaringly obvious, like punching them in the face obvious. Right? I don't know. I don't think they know how to respect much of anything concerning men that's not 7 foot tall with a private jet in a couple of mansions, a few mansions, scattered around the planet. Like I don't know if they in a Armageddon bunker in Hawaii or something like that. Like right? Like yeah. So Dwayne, I get it. I agree with you actually. Right. What's the incentive? Society and the women took the incentives off the table, so there's really not much of that unless you're looking for something very specific concerning business or your career and having a wife and kids, although they're a serious expense, insane expense, would better your opportunities, particularly a wife. Um, Anything short of that, and that's a very narrow window of career field where it's that pressing, right? That you have that to signal that you're a responsible individual and that you know how to be accountable and responsible. Outside of career fields like that, what's the incentive? Right. There's all the intangibles, the emotional support, the sex, the, et cetera, et cetera. But if you could kind of have have another way of getting that out or engaging in that doesn't necessarily mean girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband thing going. Yeah, I don't know if there's much incentive on the table, to be honest. Right. Yep, yep, yep. KMS continues and says, and thank you for the super chat. Um, Yesterday, I was at a cigar bar. Men were talking business, working out, planning trips, buying rounds of drinks for each other. The women in there were treated as invisible. It was ladies' night. Damn, damn, KMS. Damn, that ending sentence. It was ladies' night. Alexa, cue up the meme with Kevin Hart saying, "Damn, damn." Oh man, what's KMS? Let's read that again. Yesterday, I was at a cigar bar. Men were talking business, working out, planning trips, buying rounds of drinks for each other. The women in there were treated as invisible. It was ladies' night. Ah, bruh. This should be the new normal. Goddamn, Z, you said that. Yes. Ladies, wait for it, wait for it. This means you have to be likable. Uh-oh. You have to develop personality. Yikes. You have to be appealing and interesting and inspiring. Oh, how else do you not be invisible? If your basic hardware is the same as the other 4 billion women on the planet, how else do you stand out? Z, you still there? Z still here. How else do you stand out? If you were at a cigar bar and it's ladies' night and the men are doing everything but paying attention to the ladies on ladies' night, that should tell you something. And it's not about, before we even go there, it's not about the men's sexuality. So now that we didn't kick that off the table, next. Huh? And this reminds me of the segment that said, what was I watching that said there was was it a bar or a club that actually now they done reverse the roles and the men are getting in free and the women are paying. Yes, ladies. Yes, as it should be. That's the rightful order of things. Uh-oh. So you just didn't say that. I said it. Rightfully so. What else should it be if the men are not going to clubs? The women show up to the clubs. The men pay for the club. Ooh, goddamn. The men are the ones who buy the drinks. Huh? The men are the ones who buy the section. The men are the ones who buy the bottle. What's a club full of women? What is a club that is full of women? What is that? They ain't gonna be making no real money, huh? Okay, fine. Women put their money together, they get VIP, or one baller ass chick get VIP, and she got 3 or 4 of her homegirls in there. Doing what exactly? Y'all ain't twerking on each other with your tongue out and your back arch if ain't no man in there. Who you trying to get the attention of? Who are you trying to get the attention of while you say we ain't doing it for the men? Yeah, right, ladies. KMS, they should be treated invisible. Clearly, those women are unlikable enough. Oops. Huh? Clearly, their aura didn't speak to enough of the men so that the men could buy them drinks and walk up to them. Huh? Yikes. Clearly, not enough of them have that intoxicating aura about them where you just get enmeshed in whatever they're saying and doing. A yawn. KMS said the women in there were treated as invisible. It was ladies' night. Ah, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Starman follows up with tough. Ah, man. KMS also continuing the looks on those women's faces as they shared appetizers and nursed drinks was a solemn resignation. I wanted to say registration so bad. Resignation. They messed up. And let's be very clear. Can't mess it. They nurse drinks. In other words, they got one goddamn alcoholic beverage, if even, and sipped on that the whole night. Just babied the drink the whole night. Why even go out? Especially when you grown. Huh? Huh? Them drinks ain't. Hey, you can't buy too many of the drinks at $20 a pop, huh? 25 dollars a pop. And y'all ain't even trying to spend $15 a pop for a drink, let alone 20 and 22 and $24. Huh? Yeah. Meanwhile, ask Miss Z when the last time she paid for a goddamn drink. She didn't even be drinking like that, you guys. With that, ask her when is the last time she paid for her own drink. Huh? Just saying. KMS, when was the last time your wife paid for her own drink? Look, I get it. But as KMS said here, they messed up. Right? This is the cost. The looks on those women's faces as they shared appetizers and nursed drinks was a solemn resignation. They messed up. Ah. And he continues again and says, it must have felt like going to a strip club on patrons night and no women approach you and no women approach you. Couldn't get that out. And no women approach you. Yep. Yep. Ah. And it's something that, to be fair to, and I'm probably the crowd you were around KMS is not, cash strapped, I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. With that, another thing that women have to appreciate is you have to, especially in these, hell, Mrs. Z was going to say trying times, but I got to say it sounds funny, but I love that statement. In these trying times, Men are feeling this crunch too. They're feeling the interest rates rise also. If they go grocery shopping for themselves, they feel the price of those groceries increasing also. It may not be killing them, but they feel that also. Ladies, you have to show why he should be willing to spend some of that on you, right? Not what is your worth, but what is your value here? Huh? Why should he invest financially in you? Huh? And that's for men across the board. Like if if America's not going to be the land of plenty, even for those of us who don't really got it like that, if we're not going to be that nation anymore, appreciate that you're going to have a number of men who don't have it like that. They're not even going to be able to pretend. Okay, cool. So the few dollars that he does have, why would he spend it on you? Why spend it on you and not the next woman? Why spend it on any one of you? Are y'all good companions? Dear ladies, black women, are you good companions? Are you good conversationalists? Uh-oh. Are you inspiring? Are you kind? Are you someone he can brag about? He don't got no money like that, like that. Could he at least brag about, hey, I got me a little cute, she got a bubble and da. Can why? Why the few dollars he do got? And notice I didn't go all the way up to where KMS is. I came down market. Why? Once again, what's the incentive? Shout out to Real Talk with Yanni. And KMS, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? Man. Vince answers me with, I'm me. Shout out to Edward Anderson. I'm me. I'm me. Right? Vince is the nation of we don't got it like that. Hey, I'm all about saying it. I'm all about saying. Mark Bryan says, can't say hi, pay a bill. Look, let me see. Let me play. Let me play. Let me play. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go.
Niggas be so quick to let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a trip. Pay a fucking bill. Pay a bill. Pay a goddamn bill.
Always begging. Damn.
Can we get on the phone? No, get on the phone with billing. Don't talk to me. Talk to billing.
Ah. As Mark Bryan says, can't say hi, pay a bill. And there you go. All right. Okay, MS says, in these trying times, it would be more of a value add to fly overseas and get your rocks off for a week than date in the States. I actually agree with this. That was a topic of discussion, no lie, Z, on ladies' night. I got man, I being myself. I be missing these. I be missing these opportunities to download this stuff. Whoever saw the clip of the Man on the Street interview where the dude asked the white lady, "Hey, so many men in America did he say America or the West? I want to say America. America are going overseas to go find women and blah blah blah. Why aren't there men flying in from overseas to date American women?" And I said this before. You could see she registered it. She knew where he was going, and then because we know our value and whatever the hell the blonde white lady said. KMS once again, as KMS is, In these trying times, it would be referencing what I said in these trying times. In these trying times, it would be more of a value add to fly overseas and quote unquote get your rocks off for a week than date in the state. That was a topic of discussion, no lie, on ladies' night. So they're in the cigar lounge, they're in the cigar bar, Mrs. E over here, tongue tied. And the brothers with women in the bar are saying, yeah, we should maybe grab tickets and go overseas. At some point, it's not gonna happen. See, at some point, the ladies got to look at themselves and be like, "Is it us? Yes, for God's sakes, yes." Huh? Yes, the answer is yes. But if y'all want to deal with the consequences of being who you are, then go ahead. By all means. By all means. Karaman said on ladies' night they were talking about it's better to go overseas. That's crazy work. Women over there nursing drinks, sharing appetizers, and the men are talking sports, working out, puffing on their cigars, doing whatever they're doing, and talking about going overseas. Ah, Cameron, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely crazy work. Cameron said, hand to God, it was absurd. Huh? Man. I believe you. I believe you, Cameron. I believe you. I'm reading through you guys' comments. That's crazy. Oh. And Starman says, you talking about the women love beards dating mixture that happened in DCZ? I saw something about that. I saw something about that, and I'm meaning to review that also. We'll get back to it. We'll come around to it. Right? We'll come around to it because I saw the clip with the sister trying to be a little funny and saying, some of y'all don't really got beards. Y'all got little patches. Yawn. I saw it. I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it, Starman. Always got some little snarky comment to say. Y'all can't help it. I get it. And meanwhile, well, is that another black man with a passport getting on an airplane to the Philippines? Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. Wait, that's another black man getting on an airplane with a passport to Colombia. Okay. Oh, there go one to Thailand. Yikes. And I saw the clip with the brother, whoever sent it to me, the brother with the dreads. They were man on the street interview. They were interviewing the tall brother with the dreads. And he said, was it Thailand or was it Philippines? It was one of them. And he said the Asian chick walking up to you saying hi while she's grabbing on your Johnson. She reaching for your Johnson. They're over there saying BBC. That's crazy. That is, imagine just walking down the street and women are passing by and they're yelling out BBC. We love the BBC. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. They damn near fighting over the brothers over there. So you imagine you average looking, somewhere around average looking, you might be getting little twos and fews here in the States. And then you go to the Philippines or you go to Thailand and nah, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Right? Saint Cyr says, yeah, it was Thailand. Okay, it was Thailand. Oh, okay, Saint Cyr said it was him. Bro, I watched that clip, Saint Cyr. I was like, and I believed him. I don't think he's exaggerating at all. I believed him. That's crazy. Meanwhile, black women are telling you this version of them is the best they could do for you. Wait, what? Look, we got antagonistic. Look, we got different models. We got antagonism. We got angry. We got resentful. We have. Wait, what? This is the best we could do for you, Z. This is the best we could do for you. But the Thailand store, they over here trying to grab at my Johnson the second I meet him. This bit of sexual harassment there. With that, they trying to find out what Z about. You hear me? But then you're trying to tell me the US store only sells mean, antagonistic, rude a-holes. Yeah. You hear me, Telescope? Telescope says, nice to know the ladies like the British Broadcasting Corporation. Look, that's what I heard. Isn't that how the lady said? You know what I heard? Huh? Yikes. They said they like the British Broadcasting Corporation, particularly when they speak about the weather when it's wet and rainy. Wet, wet. They like the hot, steamy days. Oh boy. And when the rain falls down. Man. Starman got me. A little light bit of sexual assault. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first. A little light bit of sexual assault. Oh man. What Larry June say? Something slight. Something slight. I pronounce something the whole way. He don't say something. Something slight. That's a slight assault. It was a slight assault. little slight sexual assault. Nothing real. Dust it off. You'll be all right. Oh, you imagine saying that to a woman? Look, that was light work. That was nothing. That was something slight. That was something slight. A little sexual assault. It wasn't nothing real. Walk it off. They say, Trell, they said that they want to do that. And Trell says, step up to the light, lady. I mean, step up. Why say step up to the light? Step up to the mic, ladies. That's what the brother was making it seem like. And as a matter of fact, so he was being interviewed by another brother, but I think he was maybe African descent. I heard a bit of an accent. Maybe Africa by way of Britain or something. And he was corroborating the story. And these brothers look totally different. This brother had more of a shorter haircut, darker skin, shorter, and he was cooperating with the tall dread brother was saying. So, hey. Huh? Something to consider. What's going on, Shay? Checked out your interview with Homegirl. It was pretty decent. Pretty decent. I was saying the other day, it wasn't crazy for me. She didn't say anything crazy to me, right? She didn't say anything. Yeah, and I kind of believe her when she was saying like she never had any contempt for black men. I don't doubt her actually, right? I actually believe her when she said, I dated black men. I liked white men. I liked black men. Yeah. So yeah, the thing that got me, Shay, is when she spoke of, I want to say, did she say college or high school? I actually mentioned this either last stream or the stream before. Is when she said the other black girls that were allowing the white dudes to say all type of racist stuff around them, and she was the one who was like, "Nah, I can't let that slide." I believed her on that too, right? So now that is a problem. Now that is a real problem. The fact that we have young, and as a matter of fact, did it? There's a video floating around. I've seen it multiple times. I might even have it saved on my phone somewhere of the young lady, browner, lighter skin, maybe. She wears somewhere around like lighter, redder, browner, something like that. Skin tone. She have braids? She had braids. Yes, yes. And she said something along the lines like when she was in high school, she was laying the white boy call her all type of slave and all type of I belong to you and all type of crazy talk, like submissive talk to her. Huh? So yeah, some of these sisters, some of these black women, oh boy, let the white guys talk all type of crazy to them and about black people. Yeah. See, Shay said she's seen a few of those videos where black girls will come back to you in their mid to late 20s and tell you how they were letting the white dudes talk to them all type of crazy in their teens and in their early 20s. And sometimes they be 30 talking to you about how just yesterday when they were 29 and 28 years old, they had the white guys talking to them all type of crazy. Insane. That's crazy. See, and Shay said some, not all, but yeah, it's a kink for them. That's see on that Shay. I gotta agree with accountable commentary. No reachbacks. And shout out to Trell. No reachback. Like, I, what can I, as a black man, do with a black woman? That I'm gonna go farther than what you went, where you went with it, Shay, and where the young lady you interviewed went with it. But what can I, as a black man, do with a black woman that was engaging in slave play with a white dude? Right? What can I, as a black man, do with a black woman who allowed for a white dude to call her all type of N words, or allowed for a white dude to call any black person in her N word in her presence? Huh? What can I do with her as a black man? Huh? Like when you when we go there with it, what can I look? When the white dudes are having you call them my master and zaddy and all that other stuff, I can't do nothing with you as a black man. I can't do nothing with you. It really is no reachbacks. It really is no reachbacks. Ah, no, you're right. You're right, Shay. And Shay says there will always be a black man willing to accept. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a smaller and smaller pool, though. I think black women have been so entirely, just excruciatingly loud on the internet that you have to appreciate how much men do care about the opinions of other men, as they should, right? Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, as they should. So it's just insanely embarrassing to be that black man where if we scroll through your quote unquote girlfriend, if we scroll through her Instagram right now, it's her from 3 years ago calling the white dude zaddy, right? are talking about how they engaged in whatever type of kinky, whatever the hell, just the other night. That, like, I don't know how many black men have it in them to be that guy, right? Yeah, but I agree with you that there is some. I think that pool is shrinking. I don't ever think it's going to be zero, right? So I'm not delusional here, but I think that pool is shrinking because, simply put, Shay, like, that's just embarrassing, huh? It's just embarrassing to be the black man that follows up behind Chad. It don't even got to be a chisel chin Chad. Just, it don't even got to be a Chad, to be honest with you. Any white dude will do, and you following up behind him, and then there's like evidence. Ugh. I saw it, Vince. And Vince says, "You ain't see Sarge Willie Pete's recent video, did you see?" I saw it where he was saying to black women, like, bruh, like, and he said, essentially, Sarge said the same thing I say. Like, bro, y'all gonna go over there and y'all gonna deal with whatever those dudes do. If whatever the stereotype of white men is concerning white women, when you're a black woman dealing with a white man, you are subject to that. Whatever the stereotype is for Latinos concerning Latinas, when you're a black woman messing with Latinos, you might be subject to that. Whatever the stereotype is for South Asian men, particularly Indian men, concerning Indian women, if you're a black woman dealing with a South Asian man, namely a Indian man, you're subject to that. Same thing with any type of East Asian man. You are subject to that as a black woman, whatever the stereotype is, right? Yeah. This is the real world. If we're gonna be dating out and marrying out, and that's for men and women, black men and black women, appreciate what you subject yourself to concerning non-black folks. And if you go over there with rose tinted glasses, you get what you get, right? So yeah, I saw what Sarge was saying. Like, once again, I just said it. Median income in America is some $43,000 a year. I think the average is $67,000 a year. I don't know where these mythical, magical white men are. Do they exist? Are there masters of the universe white men? Of course, right? But for every Jeff Bezos, there's millions of regular ass white dudes earning 47, 48, 50, 52, $60,000 a year, right? So shout out to the ladies. And Vince, yeah, I saw it. I saw Sergeant Willie Pete's. If we're talking about the same video, and Shay says, but I think those, excuse me, yeah, read it again. But I think these ladies believe a black man will always be a backup. I think there are a number of black men that are okay with this. I agree. I think there are black men that will always accept the reach back, particularly if she's attractive. Particularly if she's attractive. I think you're right. As I said before, I do think that pool might be shrinking. Number one. Number two, I appreciate that for the uninitiated, even as mild as I am for the most part, particularly concerning the range of how we speak in the black manosphere. As mild as I am, I'm just a he-man woman hater, and a hater of black women. That's how I would be perceived. And so you have black men who, they don't know about us, or they've heard about us, and they do think that we're probably some he-man woman haters, and They believe love is love, and you can't help who you love or who you fall for, and and they're okay with following behind the white dude, and whatever the consequences of that may be, so be it. Right? Shout out to those men. And I agree with you. I do think will always be uh one or two black men that, you know what, there's nothing wrong. She just found somebody. They were sweethearts in college. Z. Okay, all right, all right, all right. No, I agree with you on that, Shay. Right? Attractive women definitely have more leverage. And Shay says attractive women have more leverage. Definitely. That's across the board, actually. That's across the board. You see Tiger Woods over here, and she's not even attractive. Tiger Woods was over here dating one of the Trump son's ex-wife. And she got what, 4 or 5 kids from dude. Just insane. Absolutely insane. What I'm doing with you when you got, first of all, you are a Trump ex daughter-in-law. I'm gonna still just call it a Trump daughter-in-law. I can't do nothing. And then you got like 3, 4, 5 kids from dude. I can't do nothing with you. I'm sorry, lady. Can't do nothing with you. Sorry. Out of here. Shout out to Tiger Woods. What I can do? I can't do nothing with you, lady. Can't do nothing with you. Yep. Favor, I gotta play for you there. Favor says what we make black men put up with. Exactly. Exactly. I gotta play it. I gotta play it.
Man, if you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
GC, isn't that always the answer? And GC says, she got ass though. Look, man, this lady could be a whole goddamn, I'm gonna just say the word because we late night and we hours in. This lady could be a whole murderer. She could be we could have watched her on Ghetto Gaggers 4, right? This whatever the hell. And yep, as GC said, some brother somewhere, some black man somewhere is gonna be. But she got ass though, bro. We just watched her get a train ran on her by a bunch of white dudes with the Confederate flag shirts. But she got ass though, Z. Okay, all right, okay, all right, all right. Whatever happened to you over there, happened to you over there, player. GC is right, and Shay is right. Somewhere is a black man that's saying, but she got ass though. Okay, okay, all right, all right. I hear you. Shay, that's all you have to say. I know that's not your style, Shay. I know, but that's all you. You see what GC said? He is 100%. That's really what it would be. But you gotta look. And for the cute sisters without too much bubble, it'd still be. But man, man, y'all just hate women. Y'all just hate black women. Okay, all right. Yep, yeah, that's it. All right. I'm saying, D, I'm lying. He says Ghetto Gaggers 4. Am I lying? Even after that, there will be some man. First of all, there'll be some man. Secondly, some black man that'll be like, man, so what, man? She had to get this money out here. Okay, okay, all right, all right, all right. We didn't all struggle. We didn't all did stuff that we regret. Does she even regret it though? Huh? All right, I hear you. All right. Jeez. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vince's Jasmine Cashmere is married. Hey, Faber, it's crazy because I somewhere in America is a black man saying exactly this. And Faber says she came back home though. She know where the real is. Yawn. The lady could be walking around here with 3 kids from 3 different white dudes, and some black man is gonna say exactly what Faber said. She came back home though. She know where the real is. Yawn. Loser talk, bro. Absolute loser talk. Yikes. Gail Gabby said she was learning to know herself. Hysterical. Cheryl says she was young and confused. I I do think I am not opposed to, I think is the better way to say it. I am not opposed to offering grace to folks, right? Offering grace to folks. Although grace isn't offered to black men. The only people that might, if you're lucky, offer you grace as a black man is another black man. With that, I'm about offering grace and but in me offering grace, Mr. Z's engaged right now, so this doesn't count. But with me offering grace, that doesn't mean that that me and this person could be a thing. Me and this woman ain't nothing going on. So I may not look at you with disgust. I may not be disparaging towards you. I may not insult you, use all the pejoratives and all that. True. But that also doesn't mean that I co-sign what you engaged in. It simply means either I have no judgment, or I'm gonna keep my judgment to myself. Right? It's that simple. But yeah, nope, nope, nope. I'm about offering people grace, but nah. Oh yeah, Shay, thank you. And Shay says, congrats, by the way. Thank you, thank you. Gonna be joining you and your husband in the married crowd. Shay says, sadly, I know dudes like this. That's crazy. I do too. Well, I don't know dudes like this. I have acquaintances that I know that are just like this, is the better way to say it. Ah, all right. So on that note, y'all, look, we way too far. And Miss Z, I know Miss Z sleep. She is super sleep now. But on that note, y'all, we will pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. Yeah, I'm just wanted to play those clips for y'all. Shout out to Saint Cyr. I gotta find that man on the street interview, but yeah, we maybe I should actually start using the "May you live in interesting times," which is actually yeah. Um, but the video that really got me, and we're gonna play at least the beginning one more again, is this one. That's why I played it first.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill?
Sounds like a valid question to me, but I wonder how she feels about it.
If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now.
Wait a damn minute. Do y'all hear this shit? So, because he want women to be able to pay their own bills and stay the fuck out his pockets, he don't need to be dating?
You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that that doesn't bother you.
Yep. That's the world we live in, everyone, where women dry begging on the internet with their crocodile tears gets reframed as, why do you care so much? She's on my goddamn timeline. crying with her begging ass. Right? So, yeah, that's why I played. I love the reframe, though. You need to go seek some help. No, she literally needs to go seek some help. Say that. Vince is shame begging. Right? That's hysterical. Vince's Uncle Rice looks like Samuel L. Jackson. Hysterical. Right? Sure, I ain't gonna read that out loud. Every once in a while. That don't happen too often, Joe, because then Miss Z is definitely sleeping beauty. She need all the hours of sleep because she be miserable as hell. She don't get at least 7.5 hours. Miserable, babe. If you listening, you know I'm lying. I'm not lying. I said, well, you know I'm lying. Now look, Mr. Z didn't call himself a liar. You know I'm not lying. Yeah. So every once in a while, Cheryl, but not often because yeah. Then I'll be hearing about that the next day in the afternoon. Yeah, that was at work. Yeah, no, nope. Right. So on that note, y'all, we will pause right there. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content for the love of God, and Mr. Z out. And we got to do the whole crude outro. My apologies, y'all. We got to work on a new intro and outro. Because Mr. Z over here getting strike for something I've been using for what 2 months or so now. These folks, I ain't gonna talk nothing. This is these people platform. Anyway, all right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Mr. Z out.